okay, my 10-year-old is helping me out here with my YouTube because she knows more than I do. So I've got my bowl and I've got my tare, so I'm at 0. And I'm gonna just do a 33-gram batch of henna. So I'm gonna pour some henna powder in there. Hopefully there's 33 grams in this package. I'm pretty sure there is. But if there's not, then we'll improvise and do something different, I guess. As you do. Oh, we're almost there. 31, 32. Well, close enough. 34, I'm not taking 1 gram out. That's just too much work. So next is my sugar. And I use fructose, which is a plain white sugar that is a monosaccharide, which gives more string as far as less breakage when I'm pulling a line. And also I think that maybe it reaches its, like it gets to a point where it can't hold any more moisture. So that was at 34. I'm going to bring this up to 44. So I'm doing 10 grams of sugar. You can use any sugar that you want or that you like. I just prefer a monosaccharide. There we are. So now we're at 44. And then I love this little shot glass because it has milliliters on it. And I just put it there at my 10 milliliters. And I'm going to pour it in. Yeah, Rude, talk to those boys. As soon as we do a video, the boys are loud. So, and if you see at my measurements here, it actually weighed 8 grams instead of 10. And then I like to use, I'm just using pure water, and I'm just going to rinse all the oils out of my shot glass. So I get every little fabulous bit. And I don't actually measure the water. I just never do because it changes from crop to crop and year to year. So I'm going to eliminate my scale. That's a great $20 kitchen scale. And we're just going to give this a little stir. This is my Henna spatula. The oils have kind of already done a little bit to it, but that's all right.
They have gotten up to the handle.
They did get into the handle. But that's okay. So I'm just going to do a little bit of stirring here. With bigger batches, I use a hand mixer, but this is a real small batch, and I don't need to thoroughly mix it. It will be just fine. I'm going to actually let it rest for about 90 minutes. Like, this is easier than making brownies. So there we are. Right, Pen?
Mm-hmm.
So I really don't even need to mix it more than this. There's plenty of moisture in there. I know some people mix and mix and mix. I typically don't do that though. I just mix a little bit and then I'm gonna let it rest and let the henna absorb any moisture. I can even add just a touch more liquid. In about 90 minutes, the henna will have dye released and it will be ready to strain and cone. But now it just needs to sit.
We have a message. Drink water. Stay hydrated.
Yes.
And
Well,
wash your hands every time you
that's
come
from
back to the
Penny.
house.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
You don't want your henna business going out of business.
That's right. We want to be very careful. So today I did a couple of things. Probably my last appointments now until May. I don't know.
Until this hype is over.
Until we're done with this. I'm just going to scrape the henna off my fingers. There we go. This is now ready to rest. Some people cover it with saran wrap or something like that. When I'm only letting it rest for a little while, I just stick a plate over it and let it rest. And there's a couple of questions. How come only 90 minutes? Because it's actually ready in 90 minutes. It isn't even hot where I am. I mean, it's 36 degrees or 34 degrees outside. My house, my thermometer in the house, my temperature is set at 69. So it's not really hot, but with the water mix and my particular henna powder, it's just ready quickly. So I don't worry I don't worry too much about it. I know it will be ready and it will be good. I have used other henna powders that take longer than 90 minutes. Whoopsie, I just hit my camera. But this particular one doesn't actually need more than 90 minutes. And we'll see. I mean, I'm just going to let it rest and we'll take a look at it. I'll come back on live when I'm ready to do the rest. But you'll see how the texture will have changed and everything. And I'm not going to stick it under light. I'm going to do nothing but just let it sit for 90 minutes. And I can assure you it will be ready because it always is. And it kind of wants to be. So, yeah. Oh, so where did I get the powder? This is a really cool powder that I got from Jody Beachcomber. So Beachcomber Bazaar is what I just mixed up right now. The last batch I mixed up was from Mendiculture. Gorgeous henna powder too. I'm a little bit of a henna powder hoarder. So here, I'll show you. Oh, hey Penny, what, you want to run downstairs and get my Mendiculture powder from downstairs? Yes. I'm going to take a quick break and just grab a paper towel and wipe off my surface real quick. And then we can actually take a look at some of these henna powders. It's just I'm never tidy and neat when it comes to anything, cooking, baking, mixing henna. I kind of make a mess. It's part of the joy of being active and everything. So, oh yeah, I'm glad you were able to join us, Dina.
Can't find it.
It's right in front of my desk. On the floor, honey. We'll look at this henna powder first. So it's vacuum packed. It's very smooth. There's a little lump there that I just squished out, but this is a really beautiful fine powder.
Got 'em.
It's nitro milled, so it's really bright green because all the chlorophylls have been saved. Oh, and she brought me some Jamila too.
Yeah.
And then I've got some Mendiculture powder. The last time my friend Haji went to India, she brought some back for me. I'll put that right next to it. You can see it's not quite as green, standard milling versus the nitro milling. But again, super fine, super duper fine. They feel pretty much identical as far as the fineness of the powder.
Here, let me try.
Oh, wait, I still have the Jamila to put down.
You're right, Mom. You're right. I am the YouTube helper. There's going to be a Warriors animation coming out soon.
Oops. And here's the Jamila. And you can see that the Jamila is the brownest of them all.
That feels normal.
And everything is a beautiful sift.
It's a gradient.
It is a gradient, and it's super fun.
It's like flour.
And you know what? We should just
Look,
throw this into
gradient.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Gradient. All of these are good quality hennas and readily available. Just so smooth. I don't know about you guys, but I could have an entire sensory table of just henna powders and I would be happy.
Same.
It would be good. But I'm going to close off for now because we're going to let our henna rest. Here's the bowl of henna that we mixed up, and I'm actually working on a placemat because I have a black table. Sometimes it's hard to see things. I'm actually just going to pour this into here and mix it up because what else am I going to do with it? I mean, don't know. Do I need to add any more sugar? Yeah, probably not. It'll probably be fine. How about more oils? Probably not that either. A little more water? Definitely needs a little more water. I try not to stress out about the exact sugar and oil amounts. I know the henna is going to work if I have, 8 grams or 8 milliliters of oil in this batch instead of 10 because I just added a little more. That doesn't make any sense. If I have 10 milliliters of oil in a batch that's, 38 grams instead of 33, it's going to be fine. Same with the sugar. And honestly, I mean, if I'm looking at this, I can see the properties of the henna are stringy enough that the natural sugars are going to do a good job. And I just won't worry.
And I have a tip for everyone. Don't eat chocolate while doing henna. You will accidentally eat henna.
And that's Penny's tip of the day. Don't eat chocolate and mix henna at the same time.
No, or do.
Well, we've definitely eaten chocolate and done henna at the same time and eaten henna. That is a universal truth for probably many henna artists. So we will see you guys back in 90 minutes for the second part of this, which will be thinning and straining and seeing how this beautiful henna is.
Goodbye.
Yep, goodbye. We'll see you guys later.